So how did that happen? Our senior hockey reporter Frank Sarvelli is the keeper of the trade bait board and now joins us to explain. Frank, this is a new twist to the ongoing Dustin Byfuglien saga. What's the latest between Big Buff and the Jets?
Well, Gino, rather than pull the trigger on that mutual contract termination that we reported on with the Winnipeg Jets and Dustin Byfuglien 2 weeks ago, the Jets have decided to wait and see if they can exhaust any and all trade possibilities for Byfuglien between now and Monday's deadline. And when you think about it, it makes perfect sense because the Winnipeg Jets were thrust into an uncomfortable position at the start of this season with Byfuglien. So now GM Kevin Cheveldayoff is back in control, and he'd like to salvage any possible return that he could get. And in addition to that, you can always come back and terminate Dustin Byfuglien's contract after the trade deadline passes. But waiting until then to do so could potentially keep him from signing with a playoff rival as well on a cheap free agent contract. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. No guarantee that Byfuglien gets traded, but that's what the Winnipeg Jets are attempting to do.
But Frank, there's an impression out there that Byfuglien may never actually play again. So why would a team be interested in acquiring him?
Well, that's the multi-million-dollar question, isn't it? A lot of teams are wondering if they could potentially lure Dustin Byfuglien back to the ice. What an impact player he would be. Think back to last year's playoffs, leading the Jets in scoring. But this is a low-risk and potentially high-reward opportunity for a team that would acquire Dustin Byfuglien, because let's say you try and convince him and then he doesn't show up. Well, he'd be in the exact same position that he's in at this moment, where his contract would not be counting against the books because he would be suspended without pay. And even if he were to come back, his cap hit at this point would be prorated for any days that he is on your roster. So as of this moment, it would cost you about $1.85 million to get Dustin Byfuglien into your lineup if you can somehow coax him to continue his rehab and get him into shape. Will it ultimately happen again? I don't know, but still, it's an awful interesting possibility for a team that might be looking for some help on the blue line.
All right, we'll see how this all plays out over the next few days. Frank Sarvelli has joined us from Philadelphia.